Greetings, family. Welcome and welcome back. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. If you're already a part of our soul family, thank you for returning. You are loved and appreciated. Family, I have a very important message to deliver to you today from the ancestors. Please keep in mind this is a collective message, which means not everything will fit for everybody. Therefore, it is advised that you take what fits and leave the rest. If this message resonates with you, there will be a link down below in the description box where you can book a personal one-on-one reading with me for more clarity and a deeper look into your own personal situation. All right, so we're going to jump right into this message. So without further ado, family, let's get into it. My beautiful, beautiful people. So I'm feeling the energy of healing childhood wounds. I feel like a lot of you may be reminiscing at this time. You may be driving past old neighborhoods, driving past old hangout spots, communicating with maybe friends from your childhood that you may have reunited with. For some of you, you're communicating with friends from your childhood and you're seeing pieces of you in them that you're leaving behind. It's almost as if you're like outgrowing them. But that's not going to fit for everybody. I feel like these childhood wounds, Seven of Cups upright, water energy, may bring up Knight of Wands in reverse energy, which is a lack of action, recklessness, taking unnecessary risks, being impulsive, a lot of ego as well. So there are childhood wounds here that needs to be healed. And some of you are wondering why you're this way, why you may get this outcome over and over again. Like some of you are really tired of the same thing happening over and over again. Like I feel like I'm hearing insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So many of you are starting to realize that there's something that needs to be changed within you. And this has been coming out for like the past few months, but just in different words. So some of you may be fire sign, water sign. We got air here as well. So Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. We got Earth here as well, the first few cards. So yeah, we got a little bit of everybody here. We got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. For some of you, you may be born in October, January, July. You may be a life path 1, life path 7, life path 8, life path 9, life path 4, life path 4 again, life path 3, life path 9 here again. Okay, so the fact that there's so many 9s here, I feel like a lot of you are like humanitarian energy. So even if 9 is in your life path, you embody certain qualities of a life path 9. So many of you are just like you. The reason why there is such a tug for you to change yourself is because you were put here to change the world. And in order for you to help change the world, you have to change yourself first. Like there are things that you need to work on within yourself. So there's a lot of childhood wounds here. Let me see if I could point out some things. Let me know if these resonate with you, okay? Some of you have an X in your name. Some of you may have grown up in a house where there was like black and white tiles or white tiles or gray tiles. Some of you, your mom or your grandma, they liked hydrangeas. Let me know in the comment section. I know I'm saying it wrong. But they like those types of flowers. For some of you, like your caretakers, they liked blue, or they had like blue furniture, blue decor in the house. Maybe there was even like a blue accent wall somewhere in that house. For some of you, you grew up in an apartment building, and for some of you, you grew up in a house with like a chimney on it. Some of you grew up like Muslim or like practicing Islam. And like your mom or your grandmother, your aunts, like they used to wear the hijabs. Or maybe you wear a hijab now as well. For some of you, you were the oldest sibling in your house. Or you acted as the oldest sibling. Like they made you take care of your siblings. Even if you weren't the oldest, like you were the wiser one. You were the more mature one. And so they always left you in charge. But yeah, moving forward, let me know in the comment section if any of that resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate, doesn't mean necessarily that's not your story, okay? Doesn't mean it's not your reading. So many of you are wanting this 10 of Cups energy, 10 of Cups upright energy. So you're wanting a happy family life. You're wanting peace. You're wanting to feel fulfilled. You're wanting harmony. And your ancestors are saying that you have all the qualities required to achieve that. The thing is, there are some childhood wounds. So many of you may have grown up in households where it may have been like single family, or your parents were like always fighting, or your parents had to get themselves together. So most times you were left with like your grandparents or your aunt or uncles. And so many of you had to grow up too soon. You didn't really get a chance to enjoy your childhood. Okay. And don't get me wrong. Some of you may have enjoyed your childhood in the sense of like, maybe you got to go to Disney World. You got to go to Great Adventure, Six Flags. You got to go to the circus. You got to do fun things. You had like nice sneakers, nice clothes. You had all of these things, right? But it's like your caretakers didn't allow you to really be a child. You had to be a child. And for some of you, you saw things that you shouldn't have seen as a child. All right. And so now this has left a stain on your brain. Okay, this has left a stain in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind develops between the years, I think it's 1 to 7 or 1 to 9. Okay, somewhere around there, your early childhood. So now you're stuck as an adult, and I don't want to say stuck. Okay, you're not stuck. We're never stuck anywhere. It's a bad habit to say that. But now as an adult, you're in this place where you're still moving like a hurt child. And it's causing all these delays for you. Some of you are making impulsive decisions. You're being reckless. Some of you are like still in party mode, right? So when I say party mode, okay, I think that we are here to enjoy our lives. But some of you may be in a place where you're enjoying it a little bit too much. Like you may be overindulging in your vices. Everybody has a vice. You may be overindulging. Okay. And that's the Knight of Wands upright. That's also the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay. Because the Eight of Cups in reverse talks about feeling stuck, being unable to move forward, fear of change. So it's going to take for you to do some subconscious mind healing. And that's not something that you just can do on a daily basis without actually putting the work in. In order to retrain your subconscious mind, it takes meditation. It takes for you to do some work while you're sleeping. Meaning like playing certain sound frequencies while you're sleeping. Some of you may also need to Okay. Thank you, ancestors. So what they're showing me is somebody who is somebody who avoids doing that work, because in order for you to heal childhood wounds, you would need to visit certain scenarios from your childhood, and you would need to do some self-reflecting on how you felt in that moment, what you did in that moment, what you could have done, what hurt you. And it may bring up some tears, it may bring up some feeling. This could be, so the feelings that this brings up, the emotions these brings up, some of you guys just feel like you don't have the time for it. Like, I'm literally hearing, I don't got the time for that. So the thing is, in order for you to get to this 10 of Cups energy, and we also got the Star here, you would need to do some self-reflection and some childhood healing. But some of you are running from it, and that's why they're talking about an over excess, like you're doing something in excess. And this thing that you're doing is helping you avoid these emotions that you don't really want to tap into. And so that's why you feel stuck. That's why you feel stuck. It's like a hamster wheel, right? You make a decision. It ends up being the wrong decision, or it ends up setting you back, causing some type of hardship for you, right? And then you sit there, you reflect, like, damn, I fucked up. I don't know why I did that. And then boom, you go back to making that same decision, because the problem is you're not going back to the root of the problem. You're trying to avoid getting to the root of the problem because it hurts too much. Wow. And we got the Chariot here. So the thing is, if you were to kind of sit in that energy, sit in those emotions, tap in with self, you got the Chariot here. The Chariot talks about moving forward. And the Chariot is one of the fastest moving cards in the deck. It says a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. You have the power within you to move forward. So the shit that you're avoiding is what you were put here to face. And so you're going to continue to kind of be in a time loop until you face the shit that you're trying to avoid facing. But once you face that, you are now stepping into an energy of healing, 10 of Cups energy, happy family, happy self, peace of mind, stability. So the Chariot doesn't only talk about moving forward. The Chariot also talks about willpower, direction. Some of you guys may be lacking direction. Some of you guys are realizing too, you're like, okay, well, where exactly am I going? Like, you're getting to a place now where you're like, I can't just be all willy-nilly all over the place. I'm hearing like Dory from Finding Nemo, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. But remember how clueless Dory was? Dory was clueless. And I feel like you weren't put here for that. Like, you were put here to set a goal and go after it. You weren't put here to just kind of like be thrown in with the wolves, or just to be thrown into the mix and like you just all over the place trying to find your way out. No, that's chaos. You were put here to be stable. You were put here to be grounded. You were put here to set a goal, walk in your purpose, and achieve that goal. So that's why your ancestors are kind of nudging you. Redirection is important. So with the Star here, the Star talks about hope, inspiration, serenity, faith. It says, what inspires hope in you, even in difficult times? Hope is the light that guides us through the darkness. So this is air energy. Some of you may be Aquarius. Some of you may be Gemini, Cancer. For some of you, this inability to go within and self-reflect is also causing issues with money. We got the Two of Pentacles here in reverse. The Two of Pentacles talks about imbalance, financial instability because of what? A lack of focus and inability to prioritize. Didn't I just say that? I just said that you really need to go back to the drawing board and figure out the direction that you're going in. That's what the ancestors really want you to do here. Oh, and I don't even think I mentioned, so you got the Three of Cups here in reverse. The Three of Cups is what talks about overindulgence, excess, disconnection. So like you're overindulging in something and it's causing a disconnection between mind, body, and soul. And then you got greed, materialism, unfulfilled desires here with the Nine of Cups in reverse. And this all comes from this Six of Cups upright. Childhood wounds, childhood trauma. For some of you, it's not only like your childhood, it's like you're in your adolescence as well. Like you had a really rough early adulthood. And some of you, you don't even want to heal that. You haven't tapped into healing that. You haven't released that. So you're holding on to a lot of this stuff. So the Magician is here in reverse. So the Magician in reverse is talking about like some type of trickery or deception. And the trickery and the deception is self-doubt. Many of you feel like you don't have the capacity to do that. Remember earlier I was saying, like, I'm hearing some of you like, yeah, I don't got time for that. You know, many of you are feeling like you don't have the capacity or the time, but you do. You have to create it. So that balance is going to be very important because some of you are just like, you've been thrown into the matrix. And so you've just been in the matrix. You're forgetting that we're in the middle of spiritual warfare. So that's going to take for you to go within and tap in with spirit. Yeah, you got the Fool in reverse, recklessness, foolishness, carelessness, being naive. Like, yeah, some of you guys are like children in adult bodies. It's like because you're still needing to heal from your past. So now, with the Eight of Swords here in reverse, many of you guys are going to be breaking free, right? So this is like a wake-up call for you. The reason why this is a wake-up call for you is because I'm not the only one that's been saying this. Many of you are listening to other readings, other teachings, the people around you, other people around you, and they're telling you these things about yourself. And you're realizing that, damn, they're right. Even if you don't admit it, there's something in your mind, like it resonates with you because you know that you need to make this change. So with the Eight of Swords in reverse, it talks about breaking free, liberation, seeing opportunities, newfound perspectives, expanding your horizons. So you're growing up. That's really what it is. You're growing up. It's personal growth. It's personal growth. You're getting to the place where you're like, I'm not stuck here. I don't have to be here. I can think differently. I can do things differently. Some of you really have like mommy and daddy wounds. It could be mommy or daddy wounds, but for some of you, it's mommy and daddy wounds that needs to be healed. And that also goes into the childhood stuff because you're you picked up things from your parents, but you're not them. You are here to learn from their mistakes. And many of you are realizing that. We got the Queen of Swords here in reverse. Many of you... Let me clarify this. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So the Queen of Swords in reverse, it gives like narcissist energy, okay? And this came out a few weeks ago. This has been coming up a lot. The coldness, the bitterness, the lack of empathy, being cruel, being isolated. Like some of you, remember I was saying earlier, like some of you have people around you who care about you and they're trying to tell you certain things about yourself. And some of you, like you don't want to hear it. They're wanting you to realize that these people are in your life for a reason. Okay, so now we may not remember, or you may not remember, but we chose everybody in our lives. We strategically placed everyone in their own place. Because there is something that we can either learn from these individuals, or there is something that we can learn from our experience with these individuals. So if there are people in your life that you love and trust, and that you know love and trust you, and they're coming to you with feedback, you should listen. You should listen and you should take heed. Because these people are going to help guide you. So remember how we discussed throughout the course of many readings, the fact that spirits, our higher selves, our ancestors, they cannot communicate with us the way that a regular friend would communicate with us. They can't just call us up, pick up the phone, blah, blah, blah. They're going to speak to us through music, people, animals, thoughts, dreams, numbers, okay? So for some of you, they're sending people to you to be like, hey, yeah, friend, you got to get back on your game. And you're like, fuck is they talking about? They don't know me like I know me. It's like, I feel like that's why the Queen of Swords is here. Coldness, bitterness, lack of empathy, isolation. They want you to open your heart. With the Six of Wands here upright, they want you to open your heart, and that's going to lead you to victory, okay? Success, recognition, leadership. And when I say recognition, I mean like people recognizing you, like, yo, you really grew. Something about you was really different. But not only them, it's going to be you. It's going to be you recognizing yourself. You're going to be like, oh, I like how I just responded to that. I like how I just did that. I did something different. I'm growing. Okay. And then boom, you got the Sun card here. Ooh, my heart just jumped. You got the Sun card here upright. The Sun talks about positivity, success, joy, vitality, growth. Okay. And so it says the Sun reminds us that every day is a new opportunity to shine. Everything is illuminated, which means that today can be your day. Today can be the day that you decide to make a change. And remember, I forgot what card that was, but it talked about one step at a time. Okay. So today could be the day that you're like, I'm moving more with an open heart, an open mind. I'm going to work on my childhood wounds. I'm going to be present in the moment and pay attention to how I respond and how I react, and then go back to the root of like why the hell I responded and reacted that way. Right. Today could be your day. And then tomorrow might be a day where you like, damn, I feel like I just messed everything up. And it's okay. It's okay. One step at a time. Because some of you, remember I said earlier, one thing I'm going to do is definitely force y'all to remember things. Like, we're going to work on our memory. But like earlier, I mentioned the fact that some of you don't feel capable. Like, you feel like you don't have it within you. There's a lot of self-doubt. And with the Page of Pentacles here, I feel like a lot of you, because of the fact that you don't feel capable, you don't even try. That's for some of you, though. That's not going to fit everybody, because some of you really do try. It's complicated. It's a challenge, but you try. But some of you, you don't even try. You feel more comfortable staying in your way. You're like, this is the way that I've always been, and it kept me safe, so I'm going to stay here. But remember that growth is on the other side of comfort. Nothing grows while it's comfortable. You have to be uncomfortable to grow. You got to sit with your shadow self. You got to really not like what you see in the mirror in order to want to change it. So yeah, once you make these changes, you got the Sun card here. You're shining. Okay. We got Oshun energy here. We got Elegba energy here. We got Ra energy here. Some of you grew up in a household with someone who really loved plants and flowers. For some of you, the outside of your house could have been like brick or stone. Some of you had like a white animal growing up, like a white pet, like a white dog or a white cat. It was like a really unique looking pet. Some of you guys used to love to run around naked. That was very random, but some of you guys used to love running around naked. And some of you still do. All right, so get your questions ready. Let's see what answers we'll get. You can ask a yes or no question, and I will give you an answer. So get those ready. For now, I'm going to see what ancestors want to say to close this reading. In the meantime, subscribe, like, comment, share this message with someone who may need it. Follow me on all social media platforms. That link is down below in the description box. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it. Okay, ancestors, give me a card to close this reading. Damn, that's a lot. Okay, so we got the Six of Pentacles upright. We got the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And we got the Empress. Wow. Okay. Okay. So as always, balance is very important here. I'm talking to somebody who is intelligent, strong, kind, loving, generous. And so there are very beautiful parts about yourself that you should keep. I feel like they don't want you to change who you are. They just want you to improve who you are. And that's where that balance comes in. Don't lose yourself, you know. There's nothing wrong with you. But growth, progression, and improvement is always good. When you improve yourself, you improve the people around you. When you change yourself, you change the world. Okay? And I feel like for some of you, pay attention to lacking focus. So let's say, for example, some of you. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. So for some of you, this is like, remember I talked about excess, doing something excessively. Some of you, for some of you, that is being in your phone. Like for some of you, you're doing way too much scrolling. And it's causing you to procrastinate. Okay, with the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse. It's causing you to procrastinate. You're losing time doing too much scrolling in your phone. It also talks about mediocrity. Oof. Mediocrity, inability to learn. I'm just the messenger. I swear to you, I'm just the messenger. So remember I was saying earlier, like, you're not here to be mediocre. Like, I didn't say those exact words, but I said, you're not here to just be in the mix, going wherever, any which way. Like, you're here to have order because you create order. You were put here to create order. Like, you are a leader. And so when you procrastinate and you get distracted, or you allow things, mundane things, to distract you from your purpose and the things that you know you need to accomplish, you start to move in that mediocrity energy. And this inability to learn, I feel like, is some of you just like, it's like some of you know that, right? Like some of you will be scrolling on social media, and like while you're scrolling, you're like, all right, I need to put this down. Like, I'm doing this. I shouldn't even be on here, but you're still just on there. That could be anything you do. Like, it could even be drinking for some of you. You might take a shot. The next shot, you're like, yeah, I shouldn't be doing this, but you do it anyway. So it's like an ability to learn. They're saying like you're just, remember I said earlier, that loop, that time loop, you're just making the same decisions over and over again. They're saying to one step at a time. They're saying to just, focus on just changing up one small thing at a time. And it also says shoddy work here. Shoddy work. I don't think I've ever paid attention to that word, but I'm going to look that up. Okay, so hastily done, poor quality. So it's like some of you guys may have work that you're doing, something that you're working on, and you may rush through it to get back to the electronics, or like rush through it just to say that you did it. Maybe you're not putting your all into it. Some of you do something with like your hands. Some of you are healers, like you use your hands to heal people. But some of you, like, you may be like a masseuse. You may do Reiki. You may do like acupuncture. You do something with your hands. Some of you do hair too. And even when you do hair, you're healing, right? Because you're helping people to feel better about themselves. But it's something that you do with your hand that is very powerful, and they want you to keep working on that. Don't rush through it. They want you to keep perfecting that skill. Okay. All right. And then finally, we got the Empress here. We got the Empress, and the Empress embodies all energies of the deck. So the Empress is always pregnant with ideas. So the Empress talks about abundance, fertility. Some of you guys are having babies. Some of you guys, somebody is like 5 months pregnant, 5 or 6 months pregnant. And like you're ready to have that baby, like you're ready to be done with it. Because you're like, the baby's heavy. Like some of you are carrying like a heavy baby. This is very specific. Some of you are having that baby in like this baby will be like a fire sign somehow. For some of you, it may be born in like July or something. Some of you are like planning a baby shower or a wedding. Wow. Some of you have like a white gown or a white dress with like watermelons on it, or like a red or pinkish design. Some of you have like a favorite chair in your house that you like to sit in. Okay, well, remember I said earlier, take one step at a time. The Empress has a message. The Empress says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. Nurture your creativity. So they're telling you, don't rush through something, one step at a time, okay? It says, how can you nurture yourself and those around you? Remember, I was telling you to open up your hearts, open up your minds. Okay, so yeah, doing this work will lead you to, like I said, abundance, fertility. Many of you will be receiving many creative ideas over the next 2 or 3 months. They want you to document those ideas, write things down. Creativity. Something with your hands. Some of you are singers too, or like singers, poets, rappers. Like you put a mic in your hand and then you put it to your mouth. Like this, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm seeing. Okay. All right. So ask your questions. The answer is no. The answer is no. And the message is, what hidden truths or fears are you avoiding? That's crazy. That is absolutely, what hidden truths or fears are you avoiding? They're telling you to stop running from yourself. Stop running from yourself. All right? Oh, and it also says, the moon is a reminder that no matter what phase we are in, we are still whole. Embrace the unknown. All right, family. Sending you so much love and healing energy. Thanks for listening. I hope this reading was helpful, and I do hope that you take heed. Until next time, peace and oneness.